It's the Rip City Wrap-Up, brought to you by Dick Hanna Subaru. Believe in nice. Here are your hosts, Tyree Smith, Danny Marang, and Joe Simons.
Death, taxes, and Deni having another 30-point game. You gotta love that. His 6th of the season. Welcome into the Rip City Wrap-Up, sponsored by the good people of Dick Hanna Subaru. Danny Marang, Tyree Smith, Joe Simons with you for episode 75. Whew.
Wow.
I know, right? 75 of these
Numbers getting pretty high.
And the end of that season getting very small.
And at 110-93, the Blazers fall on the road to the New York Knicks. They drop to 32-43 on the season. Make sure to use that hashtag RC Wrap-Up to join in the conversation. See what you guys are saying after this Blazers unfortunate loss on the road. Gentlemen, first of all, happy Sunday.
And a happy Sunday to you, Tyree.
Yes.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
I don't know if this is as much as an unfortunate loss as much as a mission accomplished.
Fortunate. I think everything worked out exactly as it should.
Yeah,
Portland was competitive. Deni was incredible. Two did his thing. Yeah. Shade chipped in at times. They got the loss that they needed. Look, folks, I was Johnny playing for a long time. After that loss to Sacramento, it's over. The play-in is not happening. It was a spirited effort in the first half, which is what you want to see out of a team that you don't want to win the game, but still put forth a good effort. Deni was incredible. Everything went according to plan as far as I'm concerned. This is exactly what we want.
Yeah, no, I think it's exactly that, in that you're getting what you want out of the young guys who's going forward, with the exception of Scoot Henderson, who's out in concussion protocol after picking up a knock last game.
What a bummer. It would have been great to see him play at MSG and
down the stretch.
Just kind of go nuts considering the game he had against New York here.
Not just that, like, Scoot has this, I don't know, something about him when the lights come on that he does just show out. So I hate to see that, pulled away from him, but we know the math now. We've talked about it. I mean, that horse is just a paste on the floor at this point in time. It's basically glue. They'll be mathematically eliminated with their next loss.
Correct.
So, I think the prudent thing at this point in time is development, focusing on that, and getting as many lottery odds as you can, as many ping pong balls as you can. You're not going to move up more than one more spot, but if you can go out there, put it on the line, strategically change some things, but even then, I don't think the Blazers truly did that tonight because Deni played 40 minutes.
2 of 39.
Yeah, I mean, those guys played a heavy minute workload. It was very reminiscent of Tibbs.
Well, the bench stunk. They had to. The bench had 4 points.
I think that played
awful.
A huge part of the game tonight because you had incredible production from Deni, from Two, from Shaden. Ant had a rough shooting night. I mean, you go up and down the box score after those guys, and
there ain't much to look at.
You didn't get anything.
Not that happy.
You really got to squint.
I mean, Duop's the only guy off the bench who hit a shot, and he was 2 of 3. Otherwise, Tease is 0 for 2, Manaya's 0 for 1, Banton's 0 for 6. I mean, it's
God love DB Hooper.
He tried.
Not the night for our fella.
No,
not good confidence.
What's crazy though is you look at the shot disparity tonight: 25 for Deni, 20 for Ant, 18 for Shaden. I mean, the lion's share of the shots came from those 3 guys.
I mean, honestly, before we even get to like a player-by-player breakdown, and I think most of the focus is going to be on Deni, Two, and Shea, why does this team continue to shoot so many threes? And I know tonight it was less than it's been, and I know 36 is still kind of the range.
That's about where you are.
I understand that, but for the way that this game was played, it feels like a lot for this game in particular. Like 36 tonight feels like 50 another night, and especially when they were so effective inside the arc, there's just this reliance on the three-point shot. Lamar called it fatigue on the broadcast. I guess maybe because you're game 75 into an 82-game season, that's part of it. And I'm not saying because our team is young, they should have like superpowers compared to a veteran-laden team like perhaps the Knicks are. But I don't know if I totally want to see the 3 be the thing. Like, I'll put it this way. Over the last 7 games, if Portland just jacks up a bunch of threes, that's not going to feel great.
No.
Like, and
it's away from their identity.
It is away from their identity. And I understand that, yes, as Blazer fans, we would love to see the Blazers lose all of these games. Like, that is where we are in the season because they're not going to make the play-in. Development has occurred with the players that it's going to occur with.
Or lose the necessary amount of games to surpass the Spurs because that's the only thing you can do.
Sure, whatever the best possible scenario is in terms of lottery odds at this point. It's just I want to see, we talk about the ethical tanking, I want to see Portland lose doing
Playing
the
their
thing they
game.
do well,
Yeah.
which is be scrappy, play tough defense, get inside, which they did at times tonight, but a lot of jacking up from three.
To your point, the rim frequency, we talked about this over the last couple of shows. They were been between 20 and 24% rim frequency, which is when you're talking about the total number of shots on a given night, how many shots are taken at the rim by a given team. The Blazers had been in between 20 and 24% the last couple of games, which was way out of the norm because the Blazers were getting up 53s. Tonight, 41% of their total shots came at the rim, which puts them in the 87th percentile, which is more about where they live. The unfortunate thing was they were only 67% at the rim, which would put them in the 45th percentile. The Blazers have been so when you're talking about the math, the analytics of basketball, if you're talking about effective field goal percentage, so the field goal percentage is going to adjust for the additional value of the three-point shot, okay? From a shot profile or shot diet, if you want to get real jargony, the Blazers, if they shot league average...
It's dinner time. I'm hungry.
Well, if they shot league average at the rim and on threes, they would have the best effective field goal percentage in the NBA. So where they get their shots from is very, very, very analytically driven, and the types of shots that they create. The most valuable three that you can create is that corner three, because corner threes by nature are open.
So they're doing the right stuff to get the opportunities at the highest percentage
converting.
places. They're just not converting.
And
so is that more exciting because they're getting to those spots, or alarming because they should be hitting these shots when they're at these good spots? Because I guess if you were at a local watering hole and you had a beer or two, you could probably argue either, right? Either one of those could be the case, depending on what your agenda is.
It's more process than anything else. Like I want to see the process because
not results-oriented, process-oriented.
Yeah, because when the process is right, the results will eventually get there, whether that means changing personnel or players developing. The simple ask there is Deni Avdija. When the Blazers traded for Deni Avdija, I loved the move, but my question was, I don't know about the shooting. I'm positive that there's going to be some growth because he started to show it, but it only came from the corners last year. This year is an above the break guy. He's now the one getting to the rim and spraying out.
Explain above the break for the folks on K2.
So if you're looking in the corners, there's those flat lines. As soon as that line starts to curve, that's your basic, like, above the break. Basically, think of it like a 45-degree marker and above. Those are the shots that come from all-star level creators. If you're creating threes off the bounce above the break at a high efficiency, which off the dribble, I was looking at this tonight, Deni Avdija's effective field goal percentage on off the dribble threes above all threes in general is 60%.
So he's just going
He's
up
in the 87th percentile. He has been otherworldly this season.
For the entirety of the season?
For the entirety of the season. Now, his volume is not like as high as somebody like Ant Edwards, who leads the NBA. And I want to say he's at 68 attempts on the season, so a little under one a game. But actually, with Deni missing games, I think that actually might be about one a game. But like that's coming from a guy who didn't have that capability until this season. So like you're talking about like the difference between process versus results. Well, if the results start generating, Shaedon Sharpe starts knocking down threes, Scoot Henderson starts knocking down threes, those guys, then I think you're looking at something there.
Well, I'm curious on both of you. Coming into this season, this was just Deni's sixth 30-point game of the season. Coming into this season, did you think Deni was going to be this type of impactful player, that he would be the guy we're talking about having the conditions, having the lead, the momentum, getting the Blazers in these positions to win these games? Did we think it was going to be him? I'm curious on your guys' opinion.
Well, remember what we talked about going into the season was, hey, if Anfernee Simons and Jeremy Grant don't score 55 a game for this team, how are they going to win a basketball game? How are they going to be competitive? And certainly things change throughout the course of an NBA season, and the narratives change. And, a week or two into this season, it's fire Chauncey and blow the whole thing up to that loss to Memphis. Then they win 9 in a row, and it's like, oh my God, what's happening now? Then they sort of had this, ebb and flow, being in the play and not being in the play. And here we are, settled 7 games left to go in the season. Deni Avdija is the best Portland Trailblazer. Going into the season, we were absolutely not having that conversation.
No, and I looked at Deni as a guy that still had some room to grow, but typically year 4, year 5, you've either made the leap or this is kind of the last chance. Don't get me wrong, there are some guys that can make it later, but to your point, Deni had 2 30-point games in his career in Washington. He had 6 this year, with 5 of them coming this month. I mean, March basketball is always a little weird. There's always a caveat there, but
Madness,
I'm always
baby.
like, we'll see.
Not much of an asterisk you could put on that one. Not now.
No. I mean, I don't think any of Denny's 30-point games. His 30-point games this season have come against Milwaukee, Cleveland, Golden State, Memphis, Denver, and the Knicks. That's not the. level of basketball you're looking for.
No, it's not. But when we're coming back from a break, this NBA is a little bit interesting. A lot of flying, a lot of elbows, a lot of violence. Things that Danny like. We'll see you back after the break. Don't go anywhere. Rip City Wrap Up, episode 75.
K2 Weather is sponsored by Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice.
On the $100,000 pyramid, you never know what our contestants will say next.
Boom! The roll.
Or do next. It's always a great time.
Michael Strahan hosts the $100,000 Pyramid. New tonight on ABC.
Carl's Jr.'s new snack stash was made for Munchie Madness. Mix and match any free size, just $5.99. Or get it free with any new triple burger purchase in the app. Only at Carl's Jr. Munch responsibly.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability from the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $269 per month lease on a 2025 HR-V all-wheel drive LX.
Spring is sprung, and so have the savings at Pepe Machinery. Join us April 4th and 5th for our spring kickoff sale to save big on John Deere tractors and mowers. Enjoy up to $500 off mowers and huge discounts on compact tractors. Hurry, these deals won't last.
Style or substance? Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Every year, March brings the luck to you at Chinook Wins. You can win a share of $60,000. Drawing Sunday evenings in March. Chinook Wins, where it's better at the beach.
Chinook, Chinook. Oh. The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $5,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $3,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
This is huge! Get a one-time free Triple Carl's Jr. Burger. Yes, free! Famous Star, Western Bacon, Guac Bacon, or El Diablo. For real! It's free when you download the app and join My Rewards.
Wire transfer fraud nightmare.
It was about $255,000.
Spotlight on America investigates.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
Down payment wire fraud.
Tuesday at 6 on K2 News.
Well, back into the Rip City Wrap-Up, sponsored by the good people at Dick Hanna Subaru. Episode 75 could not go on without the help of Best Day Brewing and a little bit of Dick Hanna Subaru. They're very nice, aren't they?
Oh, well, it's a whole lot of love month.
It's a whole lot of love.
Over at Dick Hanna Subaru. That'll go, Danny. Way to play along. Right now, get a special 2.9% APR for 72 months on a new Subaru Outback. Plus, every new Subaru comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's the perfect time to check out a new Subaru at Dick Hanna Subaru. Believe in nice. It's time for a deep dive into a shallow topic. That's right. It's Trend BA.
Love a good Trend BA. Let's go to the Blazer box. Oh, turmoil in Memphis. Memphis Grizzlies parted ways with their head coach Taylor Jenkins earlier this week after 6 seasons with the team. Fellas, what's your thoughts on this decision move right when we're about to go into the playoffs?
Well, it was pretty weird at first because Memphis is a good basketball team that's 14 games over 500. But then I think, Danny, it started to become quite clear why this occurred, even though it seemed so strange at the time.
Yeah, no, there was a couple things into that. Number one, the Grizzlies just haven't had a chance to, or they've had plenty of chances. They aren't beating good teams.
Right.
Like that's the big thing. And they've got an assistant coach that they brought over, Tuomas Isalo, who was
one more time.
Tuomas
Isalo?
Yeah, from Finland. And it's one of those things where they were going to make a move. They needed to make a move it now because they want to keep him going forward, and he was going to be a hot commodity on the market. It's really all it boils down to.
No, go ahead.
It's a bit unusual. Like even though that's what
it's
it comes down
insanely
to,
crazy.
like,
But like that's the most like boiled down version.
You're firing like a stable, effective coach you've had for a franchise,
the winningest
for
coach in their franchise history,
multiple years now, and then he's just gone
right before the postseason.
It's a risk.
Doesn't make any sense.
Got to try something.
Good thing I'm not in that position to make decisions. But when we come back, we'll be talking a lot more about this Blazers game. A little more Denby and Toumani, Camara. We'll have more on that after the break. Stay tuned, folks.
When our clean, shiny truck arrives at your house, it's a sign of a new beginning. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is full-service junk removal. When your home feels clean and happy, the people inside feel clean and happy too. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
Well-qualified Northwest buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,350 total value. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $3,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
David takes Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good for me. Makes my day.
Prevagen, for your brain.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, there he is. Let's do this.
Hey, you ready? Yeah.
You're up, guys. All right.
Right now, you can lease the stylish and fuel-efficient new 2024 Toyota Prius for just $309 a month. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Yeah.
Come on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Don't miss the epic grand finale of Crystal. The unbelievable show that has enchanted millions worldwide is ending its journey on ice. This is your last chance to be amazed by a unique and exhilarating show. Crystal by Cirque du Soleil. Join us for the last time in Portland, May 29th through June 1st at Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Get your tickets at CirqueDuSoleil.com before it's too late.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
When our clean, shiny truck arrives at your house, it's a sign of a new beginning. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is full-service junk removal. When your home feels clean and happy, the people inside feel clean and happy too. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Welcome back in, good people. I hope you're having a phenomenal Sunday, folks. I hope you guys are having a time with the family, eating some good food. Hope you guys watch this game.
A little matinee game, a little brunch even. Brunch, a little nice heavy brunch lead into the game.
Get to bed at a reasonable hour. It all works out good.
Love those 3 o'clock.
It all
games.
works out good.
That's the thing you like the most, getting to bed on time, huh?
That's the thing we all should like the most.
Joe needs his 9 hours.
Getting 9 hours is essential.
Not 7, not 8. 9. 9 hours.
Listen to your pal Joe Simons. You get yourself 9 hours of sleep. You drink a lot of water. You say your prayers. Everything's going to be fine.
And you too
that's
will
the
look
formula.
31 years old for the rest of your life.
Or get 33 points in a game like Deni Avdija did tonight. With good bones, I mean, goodness gracious, Deni has been on a tear.
Yeah, no, I wanted to take a look at, and the Blazers have done a really good job highlighting how good Deni's been this month. And look, if you follow basketball, you know March can get weird. You have to take performances with a grain of salt, depending on who you're going against, who's sitting out, who's resting, as it were. Regardless,
teams aren't trying as much, so it might not matter as much.
But Deni's averaging 23, 10, and 5 on 51, 46, 81 splits. That's over 13 games. That's phenomenal.
That's trying good enough.
And again, I do not think Deni coming into next year is going to average 23, 10, and 5. But if he's 28 and 4, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, which looks more and more like that could be on the table, you are talking about a star level breakout. Like, there's just not. You saw it when Deni was taking over in this game. OG Anunoby is one of the best defenders in all of basketball. He is a truck of a human, and Deni just rolled over him. Mikal Bridges stood no chance, and I love Mikal. He's one of my favorite defenders, one of my favorite players in the league. Mikal is a great wing defender, but he can't handle 6'9", 245, looking to put your shoulder in somebody's chest every time down the floor. There's only so many guys that can deal with that on a nightly basis, and you're just, if he's going to get that kind of effort and intensity going down the floor every time he drives, there's just only so many guys that are willing to take it.
There's only 7 games left in the season, guys. So it stands to reason that the narrative with Deni going into the offseason is going to be pretty close to where we are right now, right?
Which
like if this was
probably shouldn't be that high, I would argue.
Shouldn't, but to your point, Marang, you said that if Deni, even if he dips below where he is in March, because it's not realistic or fair to put that on Deni.
No, 51, 46, 81 splits are
It's not fair.
No.
But point being, we're going to go into this offseason, and a big part of the Blazers' story going into the 25-26 season will be Deni Avdija, and if he is able to take another step forward, which would be more consistency. It'd be doing something what we're seeing in March, approaching that next season. And if we see that, then the conversation starts, maybe the all-star whispers start. And then, Toumani Camara with the all-defense. We'll talk about him in a little bit. He was sensational tonight. And again, you're going into the offseason with these tentpole wings, with a giant man down in the middle, with Scoot Henderson off the bench. There's a lot to be excited about.
Look, I know we got to go to a break, but here's a question for you. Coming into this year after the Blazers trade for Deni Avdija, if I told you going into next year that the question you asked is, who can we find to help Deni Avdija? Like, how crazy would that have sounded?
You would have been stunned, especially Tyree, with the number of wins Portland has. Like, if Portland was a 15-win team and Deni was racking up these numbers in a lot of meaningless games, of course. But there's a lot of meaning with these games.
That's fair. But there was also a little optimism about Deni when they made the trade for him.
Absolutely.
So it was always something like, all right, there may be something with this guy. And when we come back, we'll talk more on Deni. We got to talk about Toumani because he has been crazy as well. He'll be talked about going a lot into next season. Stay tuned after the break. More Rip City Wrap Up, episode 75.
It's an American Idol 2-night event.
Let's party!
Tonight.
Come on! Last day of audition.
This is my dream.
I've never seen anything like it. This is a platinum ticket.
Oh my gosh.
And tomorrow.
Give me more!
Hollywood Week kicks off.
Hollywood Week is probably the most stressful time in their journey.
More than half of you will be going home.
American Idol. New tonight and tomorrow on ABC and stream on Hulu.
The best cars for the money are Hondas. Honda cars, SUVs, and vans from just $259 a month. Drive the best from just $259 a month. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Our Oregon fishermen work long, hard hours to proudly get Oregon Dungeness crab to market, caring about getting delicious and healthy food to local families everywhere, and helping the foundation of this sustainable fishery, Oregon Dungeness crab, a prized seafood delicacy.
Style or substance? Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
This is Larry. This is Larry's caregiver, John.
Hey, do you ever look at birds? Birds?
This is Larry needing a little help.
I was bird watching.
This is Larry needing a lot of help. And this is Larry's way of saying thank you. This is in-home care. This is New Horizons.
If you have money, chances are you have questions.
Like, could I get pre-approved questions? HELOC, APR, and IRA questions. Which one's the routing number again? Questions. What do you mean compound interest? Questions. Or even, hey, don't I know you? Questions. Whatever your questions may be, bring them to OnPoint and we'll help you find the answers. OnPoint. People are the point.
Honda drivers, service your Honda with the experts. Your local Honda dealers use genuine Honda parts and certified Honda technicians to service all Hondas. Make sure your Honda stays 100% Honda. When you need service, search your local Honda dealer.
Blazers lose, but you win because you're watching the Rip City Wrap-Up. Danny, Tyree, Joe with you. Okay, it is 8 games left to go. 8 shows left to go. So we're on number 8 of the top 25 Blazers of the 21st century. The list has been hotly debated, not only on this show, but the community as well. Tonight, a beloved Portland Trailblazer, controversial figure to some folks, Nicolas Batum
Is he really
number
controversial?
8. He is, Tyree, and I'll explain why and then let Marang go. I love Nick Batum. He's a great Blazer and was a great Blazer in that era. I don't have an official stat for this. However, it does feel as though if there was a devastating turnover to be made in a late game situation, your boy Nicolas Batum would be involved in that turnover. Now, again, that's an unofficial stat and an unofficial statement. That was just my sense as a... I'll say slightly wayward recent college graduate watching the Portland Trailblazers.
I mean, a lot of that was early on in particular. Nick Batum was the worst summer league player I have ever seen. Nick thought he was like getting sent back home to France. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Just because of America? And like, what was the deal?
It was
Vegas got to him?
It was the adjustment. And we've seen that with a lot of guys. Roop's first summer league was not good. And it took him, and I was like, yeah, he's an 18-year-old kid on his second time to America. The only other time he had been here was for Hoop Summit post-COVID.
Sure.
All the way away from his family. Like Nick came over as an 18-year-old kid. He went into that training camp and just beat everybody out for that starting spot and started as a 19-year-old. And I think the bigger issue with Nick was, and I say quote-unquote issue, was that you always wanted more out of him because there was so much more in him.
That's a better way to put it, because you watched him play and you see a lot of these highlights. He could do everything.
Oh, I mean, he moved like Scottie Pippen.
Yes.
Like 6'8", slithery, great defender, could play make, could rebound, could knock down threes, could put the ball down. Like, there wasn't a weakness to Nick's game.
Which is why when you saw it not come together, it was very frustrating. And again, this is a very difficult talk track for a guy who's number 8 on this list, but that is a big part of the story with Nick Batum. Is sensational player, can do everything. The Scottie comparisons were relevant and appropriate, but there was this, why isn't this guy an all-star kind of in the back of your head? Like, why isn't this guy the second best player on this team? Like, there was, everything was there, Tyree, but there was never a, this guy is right there as the Robin to the Batman for Portland, and it felt like that was always there. Don't you think, Danny? Didn't it feel like that to you?
Yeah, and with Nick, I mean, his 2 best seasons, 12-13, 13-14 in Portland, those 2 seasons averaged 14 and 13. What's crazy is his 13-14 season, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists.
Yeah.
Like, and you're talking about an era that still wasn't sprawl ball, space, and pace. You're still coming out of the post-centric offenses.
Adjusted for inflation, those numbers are very impressive.
I mean, that's like a high-level role player.
Yeah.
That's what he is. And it took him a little while to kind of figure some things out in Charlotte. Even though the numbers were better, his efficiency kind of dropped. And, you know, when he got traded, Dame's talked about this. Like, when Dame was in France with Nick at his basketball camp when Nick got traded to the Hornets, and it broke him. He thought, it broke. Well, I mean, Dame's really tight with him too. Wasn't a great experience for either one of them. But Nick thought, like, you know, why don't they want me? And it tore him up.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was very similar to that from what I've been told. Like, it just, you know, and it took Nick a little while, along with the injury in Charlotte, to kind of just like piece it back together. Now Nick's one of the best like bench role players in the league, but the best team the Blazers have had in the modern era, forget the Western Conference Final team, it's that 14-15 team. It's Dame, Wes, Nick, LaMarcus, Robin. And because everything made sense. And if West doesn't tear his Achilles, I will stand on it. They are a Western Conference Finals team. And do they beat the Warriors? Probably not. But you have at least the best chance of anybody. And if you get past them, you're up against the Cavs, and who can see where that goes?
Knicks in year 17.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really long career.
That's amazing. And he's going to be in a team in the postseason who, I'm not going to say they're going to win a series.
You don't want to play them.
That's the point.
They're
going to be annoying for somebody.
A team that has Norman Powell, James Harden, Nick Batum, Kawhi Leonard healthy.
If that's who OKC
Derek Jones
gets
Jr.,
in the first
Ben
round,
Simmons, you're just like...
That's a tough draw for a 1 seed.
Again, I'm not picking them to win a series, but you're going to come out with scars.
Especially to a guy that's on the committee made a big jump with this list. They worked hard on this list, and for somebody that's still playing, it is on that list.
That's right.
When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit of TrendBA, some good things happening, some interesting places they think our Blazers may land. Stay tuned after the break. More Rip City Wrap-Up.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $5,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $3,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Over 30 years ago, Farmington Gardens began as a small roadside stand. Today, we've grown to become the largest purveyor of plants, trees, and shrubs in the Northwest. But our attention to customer service remains the same. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always on hand to support you through your gardening journey. Visit Farmington Gardens today and experience the Farmington difference. For over 30 years, Farmington Gardens, growing for you, grown by us.
Dad, we're out of hot water again.
Tired of cold showers? Get propane. Visit PacificPGA.org to locate your local supplier today. Pacific Propane Gas Association. Affordable, environmentally friendly energy for everyone.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
You're seeing Skechers' famous glide step footwear everywhere. And now that famous design is available in hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Get the comfort and style of glide step now with the convenience of slip-ins with no bending down or touching your shoes. Try glide step Skechers slip-ins.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, here he is. Let's do this.
Hey, you ready? Yeah.
You're up, guys. All right.
Right now, you can lease the stylish and fuel-efficient new 2024 Toyota Prius for just $309 a month. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Yeah.
Come on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Shriners Children's Portland, the most amazing care anywhere.
Welcome back, good people. You want to know what makes Sunday such a nice and awesome day? A little bit of Best Day Brewing. Joe, what you got for us,
Sunday
man?
fun day, Tyree?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like where your head's at, man. Well, basketball fans, the game's over, but the night is just getting started. Let's talk about keeping those good vibes going with Best Day Brewing. It is the fastest growing non-alcoholic craft beer brand. Why, it's the ultimate post-game play. We get to enjoy a great can of suds without worrying about tomorrow because, let's face it, shaking off this afternoon's tough loss doesn't need alcohol. So fans, make every day your best day. Find your nearest Best Day Brewing retailer over at bestdaybrewing.com. Ooh, it's time for TrendBA once again, everybody.
I love a little bit of TrendBA. This time, it's about a little Blazer talk. This comes from Brent Siegel of NBA. Miami Heat are potential landing spot for Anfernee Simons this offseason. Quote, the young guard is the main trade asset to keep an eye on in Portland. There have been plenty of chatter linking Simons to Orlando Magic since he is from Florida and attended IMG Academy, which is south of the Tampa area. Gosh, Pause. This definitely sounds like somebody that doesn't live in Florida. Another team discussed the potential land. Like I'm like
wait. Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
It's all the same area.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Danny. Like
the only difference in Florida is Panhandle versus not.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how the state's divided,
the
right?
South of Tampa area. What is wrong with you? Point is, Ant is talked about to potentially going to Florida. Good gracious, man.
Look, I mean,
the sun came up.
Yeah, it's
the moon's in the sky.
That's where we're at with this. It's linking Ant to Florida. This is CJ McCollum.
Ben Affleck and J-Lo are dating again.
Well, I mean, it's CJ McCollum and insert to Orlando.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's weird that it's Orlando again and now Miami, and it's like, obviously with the Miami stuff with the Damian Lillard trade request.
Sure.
Look.
Are those bridges torched?
No, they're not.
You can't really do that.
No. I mean, the only torching that happened was the Miami media apparatus making complete fools of themselves. That's the only torching.
I was trying to direct you away from it.
No, I mean,
Danny steers into the skid.
No, are you kidding me? Like, no, I know firsthand that the Heat and Blazers have had talks since then. They're fine. Like, that's business is business. Like. Jeff Teague, he's got the 520 podcast, and he was talking about how him and Danny Ferry, who was the GM of the Hawks at the time, they hated each other. Like, Jeff Teague flat out told him, like, I don't like you. And he's like, I want to go somewhere else. And so he thought he was going to go to Milwaukee because he was an RFA, restricted free agent, which meant that the Hawks could match. And he said, all right, bet, go do it. And so he did, and he's getting ready, signing it, and, like, calls the Hawks, hey, don't sign this. I want to go. And he goes, Danny Ferry called me back and just started laughing. Ha ha, good job, buddy. See you next week. And Teague was like, what do you mean? Like that's how business is done. And Teague was like, are you kidding me? But like,
it's not show friends, it's show business, baby.
Business. So,
Bob Sugar.
Yeah, no, it's a great line because look, this stuff can get contentious, and I've asked a lot of GMs and like how they maintain relationships with players, and a lot of them across the league keep them at arm's distance. As much as they love, like, don't get me wrong, they have better relationships with some guys than others, but being able to like be cold-blooded and deal a guy, it's like.
It's literally the Billy Bean bit from Moneyball where Brad Pitt doesn't fly on the plane with the players.
Yeah.
And the character who plays David Justice says, that's so it's easier for him to trade us.
Yes.
It's like, well,
no, yeah, it's a real thing.
You
because
probably need that distance because if you're emotionally invested, it's going to cloud your business judgment, and that's your job.
And it's you want to have those ties and create a familial space, but it's like, what do we know Danny Ainge for? Being ruthless, like asking Isaiah Thomas to play through that injury after his sister has passed. Like, you don't do that to a guy that you're like super tight with because, as we all know, Isaiah Thomas fell off a cliff after that injury.
Second Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, not Detroit Pistons.
The Boston one, when he was on that run there, and he was the heart and soul of that franchise.
His hip was sideways. But like, I've heard so many conversations like, Denny found out he was traded and had no idea it was happening when he was in Israel. Like, he was like, wait, what? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So, like, that stuff's always a little interesting, but as far as relationships to the very top, don't get me wrong, there's better and worse relationships, but I've been told the Portland-Miami one is fine.
I mean, talking about business side, Ja Morant today a little bit was asked about, his coach being gone, and he said this is his first time really understanding the business side of the NBA. Understanding that maybe not be your friends, people may be here one day and gone the next, and it's just the business side of things. Business side is we're back to another commercial, but folks, when we get back, I am excited to talk about the Atlanta Hawks, because the Atlanta Hawks is the Blazers' next game on Tuesday. We right back with more Ripsy Wrap-Up, episode 75, coming to you.
Who's excited?
K2 News on 1190 KEX, your Northwest News connection.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Go on.
I think I got away with something I shouldn't have. The temptation, it was too much.
What did you do?
Well, I got a brand new Hyundai Ioniq 5 for only
Holy Santa Fe.
Enjoy the new car.
Yes, thank you.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Get 2.99% APR for 72 months or $3,000 bonus cash on the Hyundai Santa Fe. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
When our clean, shiny truck arrives at your house, it's a sign of a new beginning. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is full-service junk removal. When your home feels clean and happy, the people inside feel clean and happy too. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Don't miss the epic grand finale of Crystal.
The unbelievable show that has enchanted millions worldwide is ending its journey on ice. This is your last chance to be amazed by a unique and exhilarating show. Crystal by Cirque du Soleil. Join us for the last time in Portland, May 29th through June 1st at Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Get your tickets at CirqueDuSoleil.com before it's too late.
Spring is sprung, and so have the savings at Pepe Machinery. Join us April 4th and 5th for our spring kickoff sale to save big on John Deere tractors and mowers. Enjoy up to $500 off mowers and huge discounts on compact tractors. Hurry, these deals won't last.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $5,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $3,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
When our clean, shiny truck arrives at your house, it's a sign of a new beginning. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is full-service junk removal. When your home feels clean and happy, the people inside feel clean and happy too. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Every woman will experience menopause, but when it happens, will you be prepared? Join Maria Shriver, Naomi Watts, Halle Berry.
What if, when a woman realized she was in menopause, you get a siesta?
The Menopause Revolution, Monday on ABC.
Do you say pop or soda from around here in the Pacific Northwest? It's a great question. I'm going to spring that on you guys, folks. Use it in the chat. Do you say pop, soda, Coke?
This is what happens in the commercial breaks.
I really do think it's an important question to ask. So
this is what happens when they give us commercial breaks. We start talking about these sorts of things. I've known it as pop in this area.
Everything is Coke. Grab me a Coke. And then you go, what kind of Coke? And then you specify.
Oh.
Because it's like when you ask what kind of soda, it's the same thing.
That's kind of...
Coke is just a colloquialism like Kleenex or anything else. It's just a... It's a
Mountain Dew is not Coke, bro.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely not. It's green. It's not Coke.
It's fine, but it's all under the same carbonated beverage, non-carbonated water, non-alcohol. It's all the same thing.
Just how about you guys drink some Best Day?
I was just gonna. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Y'all go ahead and get some Best Day, because you're gonna need it. Next game is Tuesday, 4:30 tip is against the Atlanta Hawks. Let's go to the Blazer box real quick. You can peek at the rest of the schedule, because there ain't really much left. Nope. Tuesday, we got the Atlanta Hawks 4:30, and again Thursday for Toronto 4:30 as well. My goodness, I'm loving all of these early times.
Yeah, that's the one great thing about a East Coast swing is you do get those early tip-offs. But the Atlanta Hawks got a massive win tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks, 145-124. Rookie Zachary Rizachet, number 1 overall pick, went off. 36 points, 6 rebounds, 12 of 21, 5 of 11 from 3. Trae Young with 19 points and 19 assists. 19. It's a lot.
Wow, especially out of Trae.
Well, I mean, Trae is is an enigma in a sense of, yes, he passes a lot, but he passes after he's made sure that he's dribbled the air out of the ball, and now you have a good shot. Like
I have no other option.
But it's not quite that though, because he does create good looks.
I understand.
But like he is exhausted.
The first, second, third, and fourth options are me.
Yes.
And yes, okay, number 5, I'll defer to someone else.
But I'll get you a good look.
Right.
Like that's
he's
the thing.
good at
like,
it.
It's very weird that he's both a creator and so ball dominant. I believe he still leads the league in average dribbles per possession. Luka's in the same vein, but Luka will get off it, come back, and get it kind of a deal. When Trae gets off it, it's because he's done.
Atlanta's in one of these. I mean, the play-in for the Eastern Conference is set. Like, not in terms of where the teams go, but it's going to be Orlando, Atlanta, Chicago, and Miami, which is, essentially a race to the bottom. Mm-hmm. None of those teams are very good right now.
Let's go to the Blazer box.
But because Atlanta is jockeying for position, you would expect them to be very game. They're at home. Like, you'd expect the effort to be good. And when you get past Atlanta, that's where things get really interesting in the schedule. Because 2 weeks ago, when we're like, hey, play in, it's like, all right, well, Blazers have the opportunity to win 4 games in a row. Now it's like, oh no, Portland has the opportunity to win 4 games in a row. And if you're not paying attention, the Blazers are essentially eliminated from play-in contention. The next loss will be mathematical elimination from playoff contention. So at this point, you want them to lose as much as possible. So that way your odds of getting a higher lottery pick are there.
Well, you know what? Let's mine as well. I'm curious because we haven't done our favorite today. We haven't done a little tankathon. Yeah,
the official wheel
Change the
spin.
fortune.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Let's go to that Blazer box, good people. It's time to see where we'll land. What will happen?
Big money, no whammies.
I don't know. Can we get a drum roll? Can we do anything?
What do we got? Hey, top 4.
Okay, third pick. Let's go.
That's about as good an outcome as you could hope for.
Okay.
So we've rolled second and third
We have rolled second and third.
on our official rolls.
You know what? I'm going to start keeping track.
Okay, that is pretty good. Okay, Danny, you're at 3. GM, what do you do? Who do you look at?
I mean, the reality is Cooper Flagg is going to Charlotte. Dylan Harper is going to Utah. The draft for me gets interesting at 3. That's. Are you looking at VJ Edgecombe? Are you looking at Ace Bailey? Are you looking at Trey Johnson? Are you looking at Kasparas?
Now, what positions are those people for folks that are not as familiar?
So when you're talking about Ace Bailey, you're talking about a 6'10" wing. When you're talking about Yakashionis, you're talking about a 6'6" point guard. When you're talking about VJ Edgecombe, you're looking at a 6'2", 6'3" guard. So,
I was about to say that last.
Look, Kasparas is a big guard. And if they thought that he was the best player available at 3, I think if kind of knowing stylistically what the Blazers have gone for, 6'10" Ace Bailey, even with like some of his feel questions, like you're just, rolling the dice and going, look, he's 6'10", he can shoot the ball, he's a tough shot maker. Yeah, you want him to create a lot more. Yeah, you want him to do more off ball as a defender. You want him to be more involved, but also, it's like he's 6'10" with a ratchet.
That's a redundancy you want to have on your team.
Yeah.
Like if you're just rotten with 6'8" to 6'10" wings who fly around and play defense and beat people up, I'll take my chances with that.
Oh, for sure.
I think it is way more of a risk to go for a point guard. Regardless of how good you think that player is, I think you're going more out on a limb, and it gets interesting conversation is fascinating because if you are the first general manager or regime to make a pick after it's basically locked in stone who the first 2 should be, then it becomes very fascinating at that point because then you're basically planting your flag and saying, this is the guy that I think is going to change the fortune of my franchise if you are picking at 3.
Okay.
That's a high enough pick where you have to get someone who is a game changer for your franchise.
Yeah, but if you're picking at 3, you're also typically in Portland's history, they pick the best player available. So if you're going objective-wise, out of those guys.
By this front office standard, I could see them saying that the one with the highest upside. And the upside's such an interesting thing because when you talk about upside, you can say somebody's upside is here, but likelihood of reaching it. Like those are 2 very different things. Like when I look at VJ Edgecombe, yes, he's a 6'2" guard, but I'm much more comfortable with him reaching his upside because of all the other intangibles. Like if VJ Edgecombe has a bad shooting night, he's a guard from Baylor. He's the most explosive guard in this, most explosive player in this draft athletically. You know he's still going to rebound. You know he's going to still defend like a monster. He's going to create. You're never wondering if he's not scoring, what else is he going to do? With Ace Bailey, I question that so often. It's like, if that shot's not falling, yeah, you're an okay rebounder, but where's the rest, man? And that's the kind of thing where you go, I don't know if I trust it.
Well, the thing is, if you draft Ace Bailey, Scoot Henderson's going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
If you draft a point guard a couple years after drafting Scoot, that is, I'm not saying it's necessarily the wrong decision. I'm not saying Scoot has shown so much that this is someone we cannot find a better point guard. That's clearly not the case. No, have we seen a lot? Exactly. Have we seen a lot from Scoot in the past 3 months that says, okay, he is showing signs and there's been a lot of consistency here and we're excited about what we have? Absolutely. If you make the decision to draft a point guard, I don't know what happens with Scoot Henderson as far as being a part of your, clearly he'll be on your team, but what will the mental state be? How will he deal with that? Because for a player who has been a little bit fragile at times, I think he's come over that in terms of playing time and the attitude around him, things going negative and staying negative. It seems like he's gotten out of that a lot.
Yeah.
But that could be a thing that you can't get over, Dan, at least in this market. I'm not saying it couldn't work elsewhere, but that's very difficult.
I agree. The only pushback I would say is, with the exception of Cooper Flagg, the only one player on this team that I wouldn't draft over is Deni Avdija. He's the only one. Like, and I love too. If
DC.
No, I mean, DC is a very specific type of big. If there was a generational big, or not even a generational big. Let's just say, like a guy who's that good. But let's say Cooper Flagg and Cat are both in this same draft. It's like Cat's a number 1 overall pick. Like, if they were both in this draft, and let's say somebody else was there at 2, and you were like, well, Cat,
if he fell into your lap, the prospect that he was at the time, obviously, you're going to have to take him.
If Derek Queen was 7 foot tall and had this offensive profile, and you're like, yeah, Donovan's a really good defender, but Derek Queen, he's got size, and he can really, because I've seen some guys that have Derek Queen from Maryland up at number 4 in their mocks, and I'm like, I'm not ready to go that high on him, but there are some teams that really like him. So that's what I'm saying. At 3, it gets really interesting.
And when you say this, a quick analogy goes through my head. Bill Parcells, when he was coach of the Cowboys, and they stunk when he got there, they asked him about the quarterback position. He said, there's only one person who's safe on this team, and it's the long snapper. This is not a good football team. And as much fun as we've had with the Blazers, you watched the 21st best team in the NBA play basketball this afternoon. Yeah. That's just the cold reality of the situation. Are they rising? Are they ascending?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Do I love most of the guys on this roster going forward? Absolutely.
And he'll be going into his 3rd season, so you hope that Scoot at least has that mental capacity to handle. And it may be inadvertent approach to have Scoot elevate his game if they did draft a point guard.
No, that's a fair thing.
That is the flip side of it, Tyree.
It's like, oh, you think you can just bring somebody else in here? Because again, getting back to the business side of this, no one wants to have somebody drafted over the top of them, but it's motivated more than a few guys in the NBA of no, you're going to have to get this guy out of here. I mean, it's not quite a 1-to-1 comp, but De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton. And it was very clear that Fox was all of us. Remember, Fox struggled a ton early in his career, and then I
became
think
the guy.
Halliburton also pretty good, pretty darn good. So.
Hey, on the Olympic team he was. We appreciate you guys for joining us for episode 75 of the Rip City Wrap Up. We will be back Tuesday. The Atlanta Hawks 4:30 tip. We love the early times. We'll be back here for episode 76, good people. Wow, we are almost done with the season.
You're almost down to one hand.
Single digits is wild. It's been a fun journey. Continue with us on this journey. We'll see you guys back here on Tuesday for Rip City Wrap Up episode 76, sponsored by the good people at Dick and Subaru.
We love you all so much.
Bye.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. With the Chase Ink card, we got up and running in no time.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Every year, March brings the luck to you at Chinook Wins. You can win a share of $60,000. Drawing Sunday evenings in March. Chinook Wins, where it's better at the beach.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
Well-qualified Northwest buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,350 total value. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $3,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Our Oregon fishermen work proudly to get Oregon Dungeness crab to market, caring about getting delicious and healthy food to local families and helping the foundation of this sustainable fishery. Oregon Dungeness crab, a prized seafood.
We decided to open Playroom to give others the space to be creative. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow and make something from nothing.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business.
Stay ahead of the traffic with Sarah Bagby on K2 News This Morning.
AFE's on. Spoiler alert,
it looks like this.